Hi, I'm Miss Cleveland, and today we are going to be discussing observations and inferences. Our lesson 2, the subtitle is An Important Skill for Scientists. So hopefully with the goat by the pond, or by the water, you had fun with those stories. I can't wait to check them out. As I go through our lesson for today, please go onto our page and open this Google document, observation versus reference, and it should take a look like this. You can put your name right at the top, and I'm going to zoom over. Again, let me make sure I'm on my first page here. I'm going to share this presentation with you, and if you'd like to play it as you see it full screen, you can just hit the present button. I hope that you also feel comfortable splitting your screen so you could have your note sheet on one side and this video playing on the other. All right, so it's a really important skill for scientists as well as people to understand the difference and how it can help inform us on figuring out what's going on in the world around us. It actually was just published in April 2016 in magazine in a professional journal, not just a magazine, titled Science and Children. And the title of that research was Making and Recording Observations. When done well, observations can serve as evidence when engaging in science practices. So as we start out this year, I just wanted to let you know how important that is, that there's even people doing research to let people know that. Even the description I found very interesting. Making and recording scientific observations is a fundamental activity of the scientific community. Scientists use their senses and tools to make records. I was about to say records. To make records of the phenomena they are investigating. And the observations often serve as evidence in those scientific explanations and theories of the fields. So when we are talking about observations, it's also helping us to identify the evidence that's provided in any experience around us. Our learning targets for science are going to help us in our science and engineering practices of really asking questions or defining problems. And some of those other cross-cutting practices are identifying patterns and things that may be cause and effect. So let's refresh. Before we go into some practice, this is a really short 3-minute and 44-second video made with Powtoon on observations and inferences. In fact, when it gets to the very end, you'll have a practice part. I have that included here. So when it says pause, you can just come back and watch this video. So right now, pause this video, and you actually have this link on your document. So you could click that link, and I'll be here after you watch it. I'll give you a second to pause. So at the end of that video, hopefully it helped reinforce some of the things we had talked about. There's another picture for you. What I would like you to do now is pause, take a look and first just make 3 observations. Again, based on what you can see. Of course, we can't smell or taste because it's just a picture. It's a 2D image. So just literally observations on what you can see. After you do that, make your inferences trying to make sense of what you had seen. Putting those pieces together. Okay, pause the video, and when you're done, you could press play. All right, so I hope that you felt confident with this. While we are not face to face, and I can't kind of get that feedback from you, if you didn't feel confident, at the bottom of your document, I have included 2 extra resources to additionally kind of refresh your brain and help train you in the idea of what is an observation and what is an inference. I will be taking a look at these forms after you've handed them in. And we'll talk about it on Zoom. All right, so here's another practice. I want you to take a look at this picture. And before you record anything, just take a look at the entire picture. And write down, what do you see? Give me facts. So I'm going to ask you to pause the video while you write these 3 facts in your form. Okay, now think about those 3 facts. With that same picture, what do you think happened? Write down 2 different scenarios of what could have happened. Pause the video and play after you're done. All right, so let's take a look at that. Were you thinking, wait, what about those big words, observations and inferences? Well, that's good. So of these 2, number 1, when I first asked you to, what do you see, and give me the facts. And number 2, looking at the picture, what do you think happened? Which one is the observation? Did you guess it? Of course you did. So on your form, it says, above is an example of, and I wrote observation and inference. You can go back and just delete which one so that in your notes and in that form, you could remind yourself that when people are asking you, what do you see? Give me the facts. You're really making observations, collecting evidence. And if asked, what do you think happened? You're asking for an inference, trying to make sense of them. All right, so now I have a challenge for you, and some of you might be identifying these already because it says mug A and mug B. And the mugs are actually beakers because this was done in the classroom. And this could be done at home with clear glass glasses. Clear glass glasses. Sounds weird. So I'd like you to really study it. Take a look at both mug A and mug B. And again, write down 3 observations now based on what you can see in this image. When you're done making those 3 observations, then record 2 inferences based on your observations. So in the Zoom or at home, you might want to talk to someone about it. Maybe you have even more than 3 observations. You could always add more to it. But try to have 2 different scenarios that would make sense on what you think happened here. You can pause my video now, and when you're done, please press play. The last part of this is, what would you like to know so that you can more accurately describe why both mugs look different? So what happened here? You might have some really great inferences, and we're going to be talking about them. But I wonder, what do you wonder? So in that last part of the form, I would like you to record 3 questions that if I told you them, they could help you understand what's going on. The picture is limited, but if we were face to face, if I gave you more information, what would you like to know to kind of figure out what is going on here? Again, remember your question starters: what, how, why, which one. It could be an array of different things. You could even start it with, I wonder if. Pause the video and return when you're done. All right. So I hope you're feeling more and more confident about not only understanding the difference between observations and inferences, but also using that skill to help figure out what's going on in different scenarios. We're going to explore that last one with the mug A and mug B a bit further. Remember, when you're done, make sure that you were able to complete the form. You could always review it when you're done. You could always rewatch the video. And please remember to submit the form. For anyone that's feeling a little overwhelmed with the idea of observations and inferences, again at the bottom, I've included 2 short videos to help you. I think observations you might feel more confident with. This is a nice short video just kind of explaining that idea of inferences. All right, great job today, and till next time.